morning, boys and girls. Today I'm going to teach you lesson 10.4 and 10.5 in the same video. I know, crazy, right? We're going to do the area of a trapezoid. The objective is I can find the area of a trapezoid. The 10.4 was about exploring. First we're going to have, I'm going to tell you what a trapezoid is, and then we're going to do an activity. So what is a trapezoid? A trapezoid is a quadrilateral, meaning a four-sided shape with at least one pair of parallel sides. You'll see them. Usually this is the most common shape for a quadrilateral or for a trapezoid. And you'll have your base 1, base meaning bottom, but in this case you have a base 2, which is actually the top base, okay? And then you have your height. So you have two different lengths. These are your parallel sides. These are not bases. The sides that are not parallel do not need to count in your formula for area. So here's your activity. You're going to need a piece of grid paper, some scissors, a pencil, and a ruler if you'd like. First step, on the grid paper, draw a trapezoid with the following sides. It's going to be 4 units tall. The base 1, the bottom base, is 6 units across, and the base 2 is 3 units across. Okay? So draw that, and then connect the sides with your ruler. Then, still on the grid paper, draw another trapezoid that is exactly identical. Then carefully cut out both trapezoids. Go ahead and pause the video and do your activity on your grid paper. Then when you're ready, push play. So you should have cut out two shapes similar to this. Maybe not exactly like mine, but similar. They're 4 units tall, 6 units across the bottom, 3 units across the top. And you did 2 that are identical. Now I want you to notice. Now, I think this will work. I practiced it. If I take this trapezoid here, and I want you to take your trapezoid, and I want you to, oops, you don't want to change the shape. You guys can't do that, but I can. You want to turn it over. Okay? I'm going to have to resize this a bit. And I want you to stick it right lined up with the other trapezoid. Okay? What you'll notice is when you have two trapezoids placed together that are identical, two congruent trapezoids, it creates a parallelogram. Okay? So here we've created a parallelogram. Now think back to 10.1. What is the definition for a parallelogram, or what is the formula to find the area of a parallelogram? Well, it's 1/2. Nope, sorry, that's triangle. Area equals base times height. Okay. Now what I want you to notice is that our base and height, our height is 4 inches, right? Take a look right here. Our height is 4 inches. So that's going to be our height. Our height will stay the same. But our bases is actually going to be our base 1, which was 6, multiplied by our base 2, which is 3. It's an upside down 3 in this situation, giving us the total base across. So we're going to have base 1, which is 6. Oops, sorry, base 1 plus base 2, or the top base, which is our 3 up here. And we're going to add those together first. Then we're going to multiply it by the height. Now, that will give us the area of this whole parallelogram, but we only want half of it to find the just the area of a trapezoid. So we're going to multiply it by 1/2. And that will give us the formula to find the area of a trapezoid. So it is 1/2, using our formula from the parallelogram, it is 1/2 of that because it's a trapezoid is half of a parallelogram. Then we take our base 1 plus our base 2 and times it by the height, which in this situation is 4. Okay, and these are also multiplied together. Alright, the formula for the area of a trapezoid, if you didn't write it down yet, is area equals 1/2 times base 1 plus base 2 times height. Trickiest part here is make sure you're adding the bases, not multiplying them together. That is an addition sign. I want you to write down that formula. Remember, your main course, you need to have this formula in your PowerPoint for other people to look at and review. So here's an example problem. I've written my formula already. Just my laser. I've written my formula. Here's my trapezoid. Mr. Twizzle, you need to be quiet over there. Shh. And then I have labeled over here the different variables. My first variable, base 1, is the bottom base, and it is 5. Maybe these are inches. I didn't label it specifically. My base 2, the top base, is 2 inches, and my height is 4. So let's go ahead and plug it into the formula to solve, looking for our area. Area equals 1/2 times base 1, which is 5, plus base 2, which is 2, close the parentheses, times h. What is our height? H equals 4. Remember, I always do the first thing in parentheses first. Oops, sorry, I put an h there. That's supposed to be a 4 times 4. I always do my parentheses first. So I'm going to rewrite the whole equation. 1/2 times 5 plus 2 is 7 times 4. Now I can choose to multiply whichever of these I would like to first. I'm going to multiply 7 times 4 first because that's 28. Then I'm going to multiply that by 1/2. So in my mind I think, well, what's half of 28? What two numbers add up to 28? So area equals 14. Okay, and that is our answer. And then it would be like inches squared, if these were inches. I didn't specify, sorry, I just made this problem up. So, that is as simple as it is. Just a quick review. Take your base 1, your base 2, add them together, times it by your height, times it by 1/2 slash divide it by 2. Let's go ahead and give you a try it problem. Go ahead and find the area of this trapezoid. You've got 9 inches, 7 inches, 2 inches. Use your formula from your notes page to solve. Okay, let's go ahead and solve. Let me write the formula here. Oops. A equals 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times, that should be a plus sign, times h. That's a plus sign, sorry guys. Okay, my area equals 1/2. Base 1 is my bottom base, 2, plus my second base, 9, times my height, which is 7. I'm going to rewrite this, 1/2 times 2 plus 9 is 11 times 7. Now I can do 11 times 7 is 77 times by 1/2. I don't know half of 77. It's going to be a decimal, but let's quickly do this. 2 goes into 77. 2 goes into 7 3 times. 2 goes into 17 8 times. This should be a decimal. Add a 0. 3 down 0. 2 goes into 10 5 times. 38.5. So my area is 38.5 inches squared. Hopefully you guys got that one correct. If not, rewrite the steps. What I don't want you to do is just go moving forward. You need to figure out what you did wrong. Go through each step with me and see, oh, did I just multiply wrong? Or, oh, did I accidentally multiply 2 times 9 instead of adding them together? What did you do incorrectly? Maybe it was in your long division. Okay? If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Then try this problem. I've got 11.5 feet times 8 feet. Sorry. 11.5 feet is your base. 8 feet and 4.5 feet is your second base. So these are decimals right here, if you couldn't tell. Go ahead and solve this one. Okay, I'm going to solve this one quickly. So if you need to watch it twice, that's fine. Area equals 1/2 times base 1. Doesn't matter which one I put first. Ooh, that would have been a problem if I would have multiplied those. I just need to add them together. Plus 4.5 times 8, which is my height. Okay, I'm going to add 11.5 plus 4.5. This should give me 16. Yep. 16 times 8 times 1/2. Now watch what I do here. It's going to be a little bit differently. Instead of multiplying 16 by 8 and then dividing by 2, I'm going to do this right here. 16 times 1/2, or 16 divided by 2 is 8. And then I just have 8 times 8, which equals 64. I could have done 16 times 8 and divided by 2, but I saw an easier way, so that's what I chose to do. 64 feet squared. Okay, check to make sure you did it correctly. If not, rewrite the steps. Don't erase your work, but rewrite the steps for my position here. Here's another one. Looks like we have 4.6 centimeters as our first base, 9.4 centimeters as our second, and this is a 3.5 centimeters as our height. Go ahead and solve. Now I'm just giving you a lot of practice on solving these today, okay? So, I'm going to make this a little bit smaller and pull it out of my way. Area equals 1/2 times B1, let's go 4.6, plus 9.4 times 3.5. It's kind of squished in there, it's little. Should have started over a little farther. I'm going to first add what's in my parentheses. You can do that over here. My pen's kind of like slipping today. I got 24. Is that right? Yep. 24 times 1/2 times 3.5. Now, I'm going to do the same thing I did in the last problem. I'm just going to do half of 24 so I have a smaller number, which is 12. Okay? 1/2 times 24 is 12 because that's half of 24. Then I'm going to take 12 and multiply it by 3.5. This should give me my final answer. Sorry, my pen is like not writing straight today. It's kind of weird. Oh, I did that wrong. Hold on. 2 times 3 is 6 plus 1 is 7. There we go. Okay, I got 42. Move my decimal over 1. 42.0. Okay. And this would be, slide it over. This would be centimeters squared. Would be the area. Hopefully you got this one right. I'm really just running you guys through a lot of practice. This one, though, it is a bit different. They've given us the area of a trapezoid is 702 inches squared. So what is the height? You'll notice that there's a question mark here. We don't know how tall it is. We know its base and its second base. We know its area. We don't know how tall it is, but could we figure it out? Yes, we could. Let's plug it into the formula. Oops, I'm going to move this so I have a little bit more space to work. Okay. I'm going to start with A equals 1/2 B1 plus B2 times H. Just to remind you of our formula. I know my area is 702. It told me that in the story problem here. Equals, 1/2 will stay the same. My base 1 is 20. My base 2 is 34. And my height, oh yeah, it's a question mark. I don't know that yet. Well, let's go ahead and solve what we can. Let's go ahead and add these together. 34 plus 20 will be 54. Times 1/2. What's half of 54? If you're not sure, you can quickly do some division. 2 goes into 5. Looks like 27. So half of 54 is 27. Bring your h down because that's still attached here. 27h equals 702. Now I just need to solve for h by dividing my coefficient, 27, on both sides. These will cancel out, leaving me with just h. And 702 divided by 27. Do that over here. Oh, I don't know my 27s. Let's try 27 times 2. Well, 27 times 2, we already did that, is 54. Oops. I looked like an 84. Sorry. 54. This would leave me with 6. Okay. 16. Bring down the 2. And 27 goes in 162. I'm not sure. Let's try twice. Let's try 4 times. 27 times 4. That's 8. 4, 8, 9, 10. 108. Let's go 27. Add another 27 to that. 135. Think we can do one more? Yeah, that's going to give us perfect. 162. So that was 27 times 5, 6, 26. 6 times 27 was 162. It's kind of tricky there, that long division. But I did get 26 inches. Now I'm not squaring this. Why not? Because this is a height, not an area. So this number would plug in. Whoa, I didn't want to move all of that. I just wanted to move 26 inches. This number would plug in right here. So I'm going to give you a chance to try that one. Here's your try it problem. You don't know the height. Your area is 45 square feet. Find the height if your base 1 is 8 and your base 10 or base 2 is 10. Solve it. Okay. I hope you plugged it in to your formula. 45 equals 1/2 times 8 plus 10 times what we don't know, which is h. 8 plus 10 is 18 times 1/2 times h equals, sorry, I wrote that all sorts of backwards. 1/2 of 18 is 9. 9h equals 45. Well, then I just divide each side by 9. Oh, look, this one's nice and simple. 45. 9 divided by 45 gives me 5 equals h. So this 5 becomes our height. So our height equals 5 feet. Okay. Last problem. Now, I still want you to try it. I'm only going to, well, I'll go ahead and solve it with you. I could do that. But a baseball home plate. So think of baseball. The plate at home is shaped kind of like this here. It can be divided into 2 trapezoids. Here's the first one. Here's the second one. Find the area of the home plate. So they want to know the area of the whole thing. Okay? So go ahead and try this one on your own. Again, this is a bonus if you can do this. Awesome. If not, well, I think you can. Just go ahead and work through it. Go ahead and begin. Alright, did you notice that this problem is tricky? So, first of all, we need to look at one trapezoid here. I'm going to look at just this trapezoid. Here's my base 1, which is 17. Here's my base 2, which is 8.5. Oops. Let's label it base 2. It's 8.5. Now, my height is not 12 inches. That's what I originally tried to do. But this actually is not important to me. I need to know this space here, which is half of 17, right? Because 17 covers the whole space, but I just need to know half of it. Half of 17 is, my height is going to be 8.5. Now I can go ahead and solve for the area. So I'm going to plug those numbers in. My area equals 1/2 my base 1, which is 17, plus my base 2, which is 8.5, times my height, which is 8.5 again. Let's do 17 plus 8.5. Remember, it's a bonus problem, but you should still be able to do this. Ooh, I got 25.5. So now I have 1/2 times 25.5 times 8.5 divided by, so just all of that. So let's go ahead and multiply these together. 25.5, I wonder if I can erase some of this. Yeah, move that out of the way. 25.5 times 8.5. Lots of calculations here. And you've already done all of this work because you're just checking your work now. It's a 5, 25, 26, 27. Whoops. That was supposed to be a 7, not a 2, guys. Sorry. That was a 7. There's the 2. 5 times 2 is 10, 11, 12. Bring 0. 40. 44. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, I think I did that right. And then my decimal is going to be right here, 216.75. Okay, now, pause for a second. I remember when I was doing this, I thought to myself, okay, Mrs. Quickstep, I could divide this by 2. I could divide it by 2, which is timesing it by 1/2, right? And that'll give me the area of this shape here. But why would I divide it by 2 when the next thing I'm going to do is just multiply it by 2 to find the area of the rest of the plate? So doesn't it make sense that the area of the whole plate is just this number here, your base 1 plus your base 2 times your height? It does. You could, if you wanted to, you could have times it by 1/2 and then times the whole thing by 2. Would have been the exact same thing. This is your answer, 216.75 inches squared. Hopefully, I'm sure some of you got this correct, and if you did, please let me know because I'm very proud of you. That was a tricky problem. And that is actually all we have for this week's Flipped Friday. Please ask me any questions, and hope you guys have a great day.